Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's session, we're going to discuss the concept and configuration of dunning in accounts payable process in SAP Finance. So today's video, we're going to discuss the both concept and configurations with the finance perspective because dunning can be discussed in the sales perspective as well. So but today's sessions will be restricted from the finance view. So let's say what is dunning? Dunning is nothing but the payment reminder to the customer. So it is a process of sending payments chasing later or dunning notices to the customers, overdue payment items, requesting payments of the outstanding amount is specified date. And we can send different letters that can be printed in SAP depending upon how far the overdue payment is, from the simple reminder to the legal letter. Dunning is controlled by the Dunning procedure in the system, which we'll discuss very soon in the systems how to configure and how to uh, customize that Dunning procedure. If a customer misses the payment for the outstanding invoice by the payment due date, he can generate the Dunning letters using SAP Finance and send it to the customer address to remind him of the outstanding payment. So let's jump into the systems, SAP systems, and we'll discuss some of the configuration. You can access the system configuration page through the transaction code, or else you can go to the stepwise process, that is through up. So if I can go to the SPR, reference IMG, under this reference IMG, if I want to go to the financial accounting, under accounts receivables and accounts payable, straight go to the business transactions. Under these business transactions, we have something called dunning. Expand the dunning, see the basic settings for dunning. So the dunning configurations divided into three segments. One is the basic settings, we will do some configuration. Under dunning procedure also we'll do some configurations. And the third steps, that is print out, how you print the dunning, generate the dunning notice. But first we need to understand the basic settings for dunning. Under basic settings, we'll have to define the dunning areas. The transaction code is OB61. You can go to the additional informations, display key, IMG activities. You will see last four characters is nothing but your transaction code. If I can execute here, we'll see one column is company code, second column is dunning area, and the third column is text. So what is this dunning area? Dunning area is an organization unit. It may be your company code, it may be your sales organization, it may be your profit center, distribution channel, or maybe business area. Since we are discussing from a finance point of view, we will create the dunning area under the company code level. Okay, so dunning area is an organization unit within which we are working on dunning program. We create each session as the dunning area. And this dunning area, with the required dunning procedure, have to be entered into the customer or supplier market. So if I can go to new entry, once you go to new entry, you put your company code. Let's say I put my company code 3070. And then I create a dunning area. Dunning area is a two character. So I'll put it as, let's say, dunning area DA. This is your default dunning. Company name is MRF. I put and save it. Now, once dunning area is created, then we go back and back. We'll see the second configuration, that is define dunning keys. transaction code is V17. So what is this Dunning key? If you can enter into the Dunning keys, Dunning key is a single character and it's a maximum level. That is the limits of the Dunning level of an item. So it limits the Dunning level. So Dunning level determines how often account will be done, and also they will control whether the items with the Dunning keys would display separately in the Dunning notice. Okay. So maximum in SAP system, maximum 9 Dunning levels are available, but in the real time, we can create as per our business requirement, whether it is a 3 times or 4 times, we can send the Dunning notice to the customer. That is the maximum level. So, and if we can go, let's say, go to new entry and create a Dunning key. So I'll create a Dunning key M, let's say, maximum level 3 character, activation of print, whatever the 3 notices that we are going to send to the customer, 3 different time if the customer do not respond. So different letters will be printed separately. This is maximum 3 level procedure for MR. Now save it. As it's saved, let's go back and go back. Define Dunning block reasons. OB18 is the transaction code. Block reasons enables us to prevent an account or of an item from being done. So since we are not creating the Dunning block reasons, because I want to show how to generate the Dunning notice. But if you create the Dunning block and assign block keys to your customer master, then the Dunning program will not work for the customer. Dunning program will not generate any Dunning notices against that customer. So this block reasons may be different reasons. If the customer in advance says saying that okay, will not be able to pay this month due to some XYZ reason, and if it's the genuine reasons, we can also get a Dunning block reason, assign the Dunning block reason to the customer master so that the Dunning notice will not be sent to the customer. I'm not going to create these Dunning reasons, but if you want, you can create by going to new entry. Put a single character with the text or with the description. Next, once you complete the basic settings for Dunning, go to the Dunning procedure. Expand it. We have to define the Dunning procedure. Okay. And the transaction code is FBMP. Execute. Go to the new procedure. Here several procedures are already there in the system. Okay. And we can, so we will go to the new entry, new procedure. And here you put any 4 characters, it describes the Dunning ID. So Dunning ID is, let's say I'm giving MRF1 is already there in the system, so I can use it. Else if I want to create a new one, I'll put MRF2, and this is the Dunning procedure for MRF customers. And Dunning interval in days. What is the Dunning interval in days? That is nothing but the Dunning frequency. This is the max or this is the minimum number of days that must elapse after a Dunning run before account can be done again. That means if I send the Dunning notice to the customer today and we wait for some days, the customer do not respond, then we'll send another notice to the customer. How many days, after how many days we'll send it? Which is the Dunning frequency or intervals. Okay, so let's say Dunning interval is every 14 days we are doing the Dunning. And we determine at which interval the allocated account is to be done every dunning procedures. Number of dunning level, we have already discussed 3 level, and minimum arrear days. The dunning program determines which items are to be done according to the payment period defined in the line item and the date of issue of the dunning notice, which we specify during the dunning run. So minimum days in arrear in the account may be, let's say, 5 days or 4 days. So let's say due date has passed, 4 days has already been passed, we have not received the payment every 4 days. So then minimum dunning arrear, if it's 4 days or 5 days or whatever the days as per your business requirement, you can set it up here. And another one is line item grace period. So line item grace period means we can increase payment period by granting the grace days. For instance, in order to take account of the bank processing days or processing times for incoming payments in our business for running items, grace period for line item which are taken into consideration during the determination of the due date for the dunning run. We can place the grace days here or not, that depends upon the business requirement. I'm not adding any grace days here. So interest indicator, I'll put the standard interest indicators. So after putting this, now select the standard transaction because I am doing configuring this dunning for only standard transaction. At all your special jail or any kind of special jail transaction is included in the dunning, then you can add this one as well. So go to the dunning levels, you can enter. Now you'll see there are 3 dunning levels. And first dunning letter is today. Next is today, if it is a first dunning days. Then next day will be 14. This is a 16 days. Okay, 14 days will be added. And so 14 it will be 15, not 16. It will be 15. And then it will be 30, like this. So in this case, you can calculate the interest. If it is beyond 15 days, we can calculate the interest also. If that business process allows you to activate beyond the 15 days, calculate interest will be there. And always done, if after 30 days we have not received the payment or customer do not respond, in that cases you activate always done. And for print parameter, you can also print this. And if there is any payment deadline date you want to mention, let's say you remind the customer to pay within 10 days, within 20 days, within 20 days, that is the payment deadline date. That you can do it here, 10 days or 7 days or whatever the dates. Let's say I'll put 10 days here. If the customer do not respond, I'll send another notice and then I'll give the deadline that pay within 7 days, like this. But if you do not put any other day payment deadline date, system will say that okay, you can make the payment as soon as possible, like that. Now after that, we'll go to the charges. Charges will be which in currency INR, because my company code is in India. Now here dunning levels will be one, second level and the third level. And here dunning amount and charges is there. Not adding any charges as such. I'm giving 1% here, percentage of the charges, 1% for every dunning level. Okay, but you can put the amount, if any specific amount you are charging to the customer due to the delay payment, because when you print any dunning notices, it is cost to the company, cost to your business. That is why you may collect charges from the customer. Though these charges may not be accounted for, but you can add option in the SAP system. I'm not specifying any charges for every dunning level, but you can put 100 rupees, 500 rupees, 600 rupees for every level of charges. That it can be done. Now so after these charges, go to the minimum amount. So dunning charges for you know, it's just for sending letter, we can collect the running charges from the customer. And it can be level based, right? Or it can be amount based. Okay, it can be fixed percentage as well. As in my case, I have given 1%. So it will be shown only in the letters. We add the dunning charges as per the dunning level. And this is like a admin charges to dun the customer. So it will not be posted into the accounts. Now go to the minimum amount here. Select the minimum amount, enter again, put the first level, second level, and third level. Again, minimum amount also I'm not putting it. So I'm just putting one here. So what is the concept of this minimum amount? To prevent relatively small overdue amount from triggering the high dunning level, we can specify the minimum amount and minimum percentage rate. Okay, for every level. Minimum amount of overdue item which is necessary to set a dunning level. So the minimum percentage is multiplied by the total open items on a particular account. Dunning notice will be created at this level. Okay. If all the items due at this dunning level have reached at least the level determine the multiplication. So minimum amount to be reached by the interest in order to be identified at this level dunning notices. Okay. So the next dunning level is then triggered only if the amount is to be done equal or exceed the minimum amount. So that has to be put. I'm not putting any specific minimum amount, just I'm putting one. Now go to the dunning text. Okay. So what is this dunning text? Click on this dunning text, put the company code, enter, put the first level, second level, and third level. And each of this level, different letter will be issued specific to the dunning area. Okay. So our dunning area is a DA, and you need to specify 3 levels. And here dunning forms are there. So dunning text determines the urgency of the dunning notice, inserting the dunning form. So here we need to insert the dunning form which is defined in our SAP standard system, that is payment reminder. But in the real-time systems, we may, through the uppers, we may customize it. And it contains the letter, the text that has to be communicated to the customers, right? So I'm just inserting this form. After inserting the form, so here, uh, in case the customer has a different languages, target languages, we can use the languages here, and here we use the legal dunning procedure. It has to be there. Now everything is fine. Just go back, save it, and again open it. I go to the dunning text again, and this is for account type customer only. Form will be standard, and it is only standard, not legal. And this is only for customer, not supplier. Execute. So here, form type, it may be your smart form or SAP script based or PDF based form. That you can select it. The form type can be selected also. Okay. And if I put as a smart form or a PDF based form, then you can save it. Okay, so for that PDF based, this object is not activated, so I'm not specifying anything. And just go back. And if you go to special GL indicator, if you want to add the special GL indicator, you can select the down payment, that can be done. Okay, and down payment request, that can be also done. Payment request, that can be also done. If it has to be chosen, if you want to add it. Okay. Just save that and you go back. Once the dunning procedure is created, it has to be assigned to the custom. Printout parameter is already there in the system, dunning form, SAP script and all. It has to be assigned the dunning form also, that can be done. To define the form, you can define and then you can assign over there. So let's say my procedure is MRF. In this case, you can assign a dunning normal dunning procedure. Let's say formula normal dunning procedure. The same way we have already done this particular page. We have already done. So we can use, let's say, smart form. If I can use, and it has to be activated actually. It has to be activated anyway. So that I'm doing it only for the standard format. Okay, save it and go back. Next one is, once the dunning procedure is created, it has to be assigned to the customer master. So we'll go to the customer master, open up the page, we'll go to the SD02, or you can go through BP page also. So this is my company code and this is my customer code, enter. And if you go to the company code views, that is FLCU 00, select the company code. So under this, go to the correspondence tab. Here you need to add MRF 2. You have already created. Here dunning recipient and other things you can add it as per your legal dunning, dunning level 3, dunning clerk already added. Okay, dunning areas. Okay, so this is actually earlier for this particular customer, another dunning was there here, so you can delete this as well. Enter and save it. So dunning procedure has been created. Next one is run the dunning procedure. To run the dunning procedure, we use a transaction code 150. That is F150. Or else you can go through the path by going to accounting, financial accounting, accounts receivable, go to this processing and F150. That is done. Just a second. So here we need to, when you are running the dunning. So before running the dunning programs, we should have an open item or open invoices for which customer has missed the payment. If I have any open invoices, I can check it in IPL. When it's your customer report. Put the customer here and see if there is any open item exist or not. So there are so many open items are there. Okay. So let's say these are the on 28th and today is the 3rd. So on 28th, this is the dunning. That is, this is your, what do you call it? On 28th, one invoice was entered in the system, that is 25,000. And for this, I am running a dunning. Okay. And for this 29th, okay, I'll do 29th because I have taken the 4 days gap. So on 29th, I am doing this dunning. So now you can add the dunning key and dunning area here and save it. Once you assign this dunning level and dunning areas for this particular item, this particular invoice, 32,400, we can generate the dunning. But if the payment is done for this, then it will not take. So anyway, this is overdue. So I'll now if you go to the open item, This is the 304. That is the invoices number. Right? Now go back. You can go back on the done program. So F150. Today's is 3rd of April. Let's say, and dunning identification MRF. Let's say. Set the parameter first. Dunning date has to be what date, and up to today's date, whatever the extra items or dunning has to be done the customer, that has to be posted against this particular company code under it. Now customers will be there, and add the customer ID here. Once you add the customer ID, this is your customer ID. Just copy this. Only single customer. So for the free selection here, don't put any other things. Not necessary for that. Here in additional log, and go to the status and save it. So your parameter has been maintained, right? Is maintained, we need to schedule it. Output advice will be LP01, which is a standard output advice, but in the real time, you can use any other, which output is connected to your system that you can add it and start immediately. So just you select the dispatch. Here saying zero dunning notice generated. So I need to do an individual dunning notice. Okay, because for a single customer, single invoices. So again, you go to the 01, the company code, and for this particular customer. Now you go to the printout options. Okay. Once you go to the printout option, now select it, and dunning notice will be generated. So let's see whether dunning notice is generated or not. Continue here. It's showing that okay, nothing is showing here. Cancel is here. One notice is generated here. Where you can go to the print log. So and see here in MRF2, spool request has been generated, and this is for PDF data. One print already generated. And where you can see, if you want to see it directly, if you go to the selection, there is any problem, is there exception, that will come under exception list. And if you want to see this particular, you go to the services and go to the jobs. So a spool job has been created, so job overview, and under this date, if there is any job overview created, see it is one created here. Go to the spool list. Now notice has been generated. This is the payment reminder I'm talking about. So this is the dunning notice, okay, which is generated on 3rd of April against this customer, and here the text. It's showing, dear sir or madam, we check the balance given below. We would be grateful if you could notify us any differences with your books. We would also like to draw your attention to the due items. Please transfer this overdue amount to our account in the next few days. If you have already spent the amount, then please disregard this payment reminder. Now, this is the text that has to be customized with the help of the above purse, and here for which items I have sent the dunning notice 304, nothing but your invoices. It was posted on 29th, and the due was also the same day. The 32,400 was the amount. 5 days earlier, because today is the 3rd. System calculating from 29 to now. Dunning charges 324 extra will be already levied, because if you remember, I have just that is dunning 1% charges will be there. 1% of 32,400. Total due item is 32,724. By adding it both, and account balance is 32,400. So this is the way you can configure and test the dunning, and so that's it for now. This will help you to understand the concept, and you can practice it and test yourself how you can do it or not. and let me know if there is any issues you are facing at the time of configuration or time of running the Dunnings. Put it in the comments, and if there is any clarifications or any doubts, let me know. So thank you for spending the time with me.